He had a hoard. He had probably a 40-foot by 200-foot long building full of shit. His house was absolutely full of shit. And I offered him 6 figures for the contents of the big building. And he told me no. And the landlord takes the building from him. The guy that owns the building, his literal job title is wealth management advisor. You know what he did with that $100,000 worth of cool shit in that building? He gave it to the next people that rented the building if they would get rid of it for him. Man, I'm glad you're not managing my wealth.
So basically what I'd done was I was looking up, what the hell the purpose was. But an interesting fact about Kentucky, and one of the things that it mentioned was that, which I thought was really cool, Kentucky has the second most navigable waterways in the United States.
That seems like horseshit and lies.
And it isn't. I looked it up 2 or 3 different places that once you get into different things as far as the amount of rivers and those kind of things, and we're second to only Alaska.
No shit.
Yeah. Alaska's got the most navigable water.
You would think there's a few states up there that have the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Or, gosh, that seems fucking like bullshit. I mean, I'm going to take your word for it. I really am. I'm going to Google the shit later.
Yeah.
But I'll take your word for it.
Let's do it.
But what do we do with that information? And how did you get there? No, I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know the stream of how you got there.
Yeah. So
how did you navigate to that the factoid?
Well, I think what I'm going to read here in a minute is probably the best thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. So I was looking at different facts about Eastern Kentucky, and then somehow I was like, well, okay, what's a weird fact about Kentucky that nobody knows, or what is weirdly known? And that was the thing that it came up with. But
Franklin, leave Ryan alone.
So I said, okay, what is a weird thing about the Ashland tri-state area that I may not know? I think the weirdest thing about the Ashland, Huntington, Ironton area is that it feels like a place that used to believe it was becoming something bigger and never fully emotionally recovered from the transition.
Dude, I feel that deep in my bones.
This is crazy.
I mean, when I was growing up, I grew up in Grayson. Grayson's, so Ashland was the big city to us, or whatever. But I always thought when I was growing up, Grayson's growing. It's getting bigger. Yeah. Going to turn into a big town. Fuck, we got a Kmart now. Yeah. Whatever. But it just never went anywhere. It just never went anywhere.
No, that's what this was.
It's still a shithole today. I love it, but it's a shithole.
The way that it kind of described the area was kind of insane, because it says you're not fully Appalachian, you're not Midwestern, you're not rural Eastern Kentucky, you're not a Rust Belt, you're not all these things. You're kind of simultaneously being influenced by all of it. Yeah. And it says it creates this strange social environment where people are incredibly ambitious, but weirdly defeatist at the same time. There's deep loyalty to the area while half the population wants to escape it. People are suspicious of outsiders, but they're obsessed with impressing them. And somebody can own a boat, hunt deer, run a side business, trade crypto, and quote SEC football all in the same sentence.
These are all true statements.
This was insane how accurate this was, because as I went through there, it was, so you see it everywhere. You have DIY construction, you have people with side hustles, side businesses, self-taught mechanics, resellers, flipping, and people that basically have odd skill sets that, a bunch of, among several different areas. And then there's this weird flattening of social identity that doesn't happen in most areas, where you could have a millionaire and you could have somebody wearing, doesn't have a nickel to their name, sitting at the same restaurant wearing pretty much the same clothes, driving the same vehicle. Yeah. But one person has $1 million and the other person doesn't have, $5 in their thing.
The only difference is one will be wearing $40 boots and the other one will be wearing $4,000 boots.
Yeah. Yeah. So it, and I guess what it goes on to talk about, part of the reason that happens is because, there's, coal towns, so you have river towns typically look outward. coal towns typically insulate themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's all about
Right.
them. And we're kind of neither and both,
And
at,
both
the
at the
same
same
time.
time, yeah.
Yeah. It was a
This is AI talking to you?
this was Chat GPT, and then it
ChatGPT?
says it creates a very specific type of personality. You have people that are cynical but hopeful, proud but self-deprecating, quietly competitive, and always feel like they're overlooked. I was like,
Yeah,
that is...
I mean, that's pretty good.
That
That's a pretty good damn summary right there.
I was just dumbfounded. That first sentence, I mean, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we do. I mean, people, that's the reason everybody gets excited, about the steel. And it's like, oh, here we come again now.
Yeah.
We're going to
blow up.
We're going to be rivaling Lexington, here
Fuck
soon.
yeah.
But it's interesting. But then you also have all these people that don't want anything to change. They're like looking back to the glory days. And, but it's like, railroad, steel, coal, all these things left. But we're still optimistic. Yeah. We're on the rise.
Okay, so what's your take on just led me there? What's your take on AI data centers then? It's this big business that could be coming to the area, but who gives a shit, right?
Initially I heard everybody, everybody's bitching about all this kind of stuff. So I was like, I don't want to know about this because it's jobs. Unfortunately, I have went into what that's done to communities, and it's not great. Not great.
I also don't think it actually makes that many jobs once the construction's done.
That's the only time there is jobs, I think. And then other than that, you have 20 people or whatever it is.
Got people walking around, be sure nothing's burning down.
Yeah.
And I saw oddly enough, it's probably an AI generated picture. But I saw a picture of like a corner in Coal Grove or Franklin Furnace that was supposed to be getting turned into an AI data center soon or whatever. Yep. And the headline, I kept looking at the picture going, okay, that's not a place that exists. So I think it was just a random picture of a coming soon AI data center sign.
Because they're currently fighting one over there.
Yeah, are they? Okay.
Yeah, there's one that's supposed to be going up, and I guess community is really trying now to knock it down.
I mean, I see the construction aspect of it creating a lot of jobs for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And people around here are short-term enough minded where they might let that fly.
It'll end up going through, and that's what's because I mean, as far as what it's supposed to do to the community with the cost of utilities and all those things that goes up because of how much resources it's using,
just ain't good. But they got to go somewhere.
Yeah,
and it's easier and cheaper to put them in areas like this.
Our land's a little cheaper.
Than to put them in Lexington. They're going to take advantage of the rural folks where they can, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Fuck. I haven't done enough research to know whether it's right or wrong, but I know most people are real pissed off about it.
Yeah.
So there's probably good cause for that. I'll tell you a quick story. I don't know if we've ever talked about this cat on this podcast. I got thinking about this today. This is a whole long, sordid 6-year story that I'm going to condense into about 4 minutes. But so for years, I've been going down to London, Kentucky, and buying comics and stuff off an old man down there. Old man's name is Lee. I'm not going to tell you his last name. But anyway, his name is Lee. I've bought stuff off of him for years. He's a crotchety old man. Ever since the day I met him, Lee was telling me he was dying. Gotta get rid of this stuff. I'm dying. I said, what's wrong with you, Lee? Well, when I first met him, it was congestive heart failure. Well, I guess you're dying, but not really much more in a sense than any of us are. Yeah. Just maybe a little quicker, but whatever. Anyway, he was dying. He'd found Jesus and marijuana at the same time, which was a weird dichotomy. But he preached to you for a few minutes and then rolled a joint. And it was just always weird. I don't know why. But anyway, he was, that part really doesn't have any bearing on the story. It was just weird.
He was enlightened.
Yeah, he was a little enlightened. But anyway, he was always trying to, I always felt like he was trying to teach me shit while I was there, but he was extremely crotchety and bitchy. And if he had something that was worth $100, he wanted $2 for it. And might take 150 so you can make a little money on it, kind of thing, you know. But we were able to make a few deals over the years. Anyway, his diabetes got pretty bad, and he ended up losing his legs about a year and a half ago. And he called me after he's lost his legs and said, come down, let's try to make a deal. So we went down there, and this guy had, when I say he had a hoard, he had a fucking hoard. He had probably a 40-foot by 200-foot long building full of shit. His house was absolutely full of shit. And I offered him 6 figures for the contents of the big building. And he told me no. And I always said after that that's when 2 idiots met, because I offered him too much money for it, and he didn't take it.
Yep. So
anyway, time goes by. He ended up setting himself on fire because he was on oxygen and he'd smoke. So he was in a nursing home for a while. He called me one time after he set himself on fire and said, hey, come down. Let's try to make a deal. I said, Lee, I'll come down and see you. Me and Jackson drove down. My son drove down and visited him. He said, why don't you go look around the house, see if there's something you'll buy off of me. I said, Lee, I'm not going to. We couldn't make a deal on anything when you were healthy, so I'm damn sure not going to come here and try to make a deal with you now. So, but anyway, we went down and shot shit with him for an hour or so. It's probably a year ago. Maybe even a year and a half ago. I don't know. Anyway, very recently, 3 months ago, he called me and he said, hey, I'm dying. Come down. I need to sell you some stuff. I said, Lee, you've been dying since the day I met you. We couldn't make a deal ever. There's no point in me driving down there. I said, if you want, if you're bored, me and Jackson will come back down and see you again. You know, we'll do something. And then, so it was like, well, next Wednesday we're going to drive down and see Lee. And that Wednesday came, and actually it was when Franklin fucked up his back. So about 3 months ago, probably, something like that. 4. I don't remember when the fuck that was. Back in the winter. Anyway, Franklin fucked up his back, and I didn't go. Well, that Friday, Lee killed himself. So he knew he was going out.
Yeah.
You know, I guess he called his fucking shot, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. And I felt pretty shitty about that I canceled on him, didn't go. But I don't know, he had called several other people, mutual friends, and said sort of the same sort of thing. You need to come buy some stuff off of me now while you can, or, you know, whatever. But we don't really know what he was planning to do with the money, because number one, Lee always accepted payment in cash only. Yeah. He usually always had a large box full of money from where people had been there buying stuff. This guy had an amazing eye for collectibles. He'd been picking stuff for 40 years. He just amassed a really cool collection of stuff. Everything in the house is... Anyway, so he calls me yesterday. They're going to accept my offer, and I have to get it out of there this weekend.
40 foot by 200.
No. Well, fuck, I left that part of the story out. Somewhere through his losing his legs and setting himself on fire, he was giving his brother the money for the rent for the building. And the brother was buying drugs instead of paying the rent. Landlord, okay, this is an awesome part of the story. Landlord takes the building from him, the 40 by a couple 100-foot building. Keep in mind, I offered him over $100,000 for it.
Yeah.
For the contents of it. Takes everything in it. Except Lee, I guess, that day sent some people to grab a few things and put it in a smaller unit. But the guy that owns the building, his literal job title is wealth management advisor. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what he did with that $100,000 worth of cool shit in that building? He gave it to the next people that rented the building if they would get rid of it for him.
Oh, my God. Oh.
It's fucking stupid. Like, man, I'm glad you're not managing my wealth.
Yeah. Shit.
Anyway, I get it. You know, you got this building. You want to rent the building out. You're in the property rental building. It looks like it's just full of shit to you. Fuck it. Yep. You get rid of it. Anyway, So all I made an offer on was what was in Lee's house and the stuff that they rescued out to a different storage unit at that time. But they do want me to empty it over the holiday because they need it empty by the end of the month. I guess they got an offer on the house or whatever. Anyway, but it's like, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. Wait. Can you get it out of there in the next 4 days? So tomorrow I'm going to go to London and empty a storage unit, and then Monday and Tuesday over the holiday I'm going to take most of my crew down there, and we're going to unload that estate and hopefully find the fucking box of money.
That's it, man.
Because the family they've been in the house and kind of just looked around, but it's overwhelming.
Yeah, they
haven't even really looked around for what's in there, and honestly, I've been down there enough. I probably know more about what's in that house than they do. Because these people were estranged from him. They have no connection to him. Yeah, no connection to him. It's just, at this point, it's money that's going to get split between about 6 heirs, I think. And we made him an offer for everything down to the bare walls of the house. So we're going to go down with the truck and just empty it and see what's in there.
Yeah.
It's 40 years or so of hoarding in that house. I can't wait to see what's in it. God, it's going to be like fucking Christmas.
How sad is it, though, that gentleman spent his whole life doing that? You know, that was his pride, and obviously his pride and joy, because, I mean, you're making good offers, fair offers, and then that is just gone.
Yeah, a whole lot of that happens a lot.
Family didn't get it, nothing.
People say to me all the time, I'm saving my comic collection or whatever for my kids, or, whatever. Bullshit. Your kids will sell that fucking thing to the first people that shows them $10,000 in cash, and don't matter what the fuck it's worth. I don't know. I keep kind of going back to Lee's about to give me an education, because there's a whole lot of stuff in his house that I don't know anything about. And to make the money work on the deal, I'm going to have to get real educated real quick about some of the stuff in there. Yeah. Because every time I was down there, he would take an hour or so to just show me shit and try to teach me shit. And he was like I said, he was a real crotchety old man, but he's also, I feel like, a real good-hearted old guy, and just liked having somebody to talk to or whatever. But he's, like I said, he's about to give me, I told his nephew, he said, what do you think is the most expensive thing in here? And it took me a minute. I wasn't quick enough with it, but I thought about it for a minute, and I said, probably the education and the adventure. Because it's going to be so much fucking fun going through that place and seeing what he had stuffed in that corner and stuffed over in, what's in that filing cabinet that's been buried for the last 30 fucking years,
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not like cereal boxes and envelopes and, or whatever.
I really like Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. It's what it comes down to is the world's largest mystery box. Yeah. It's, you can walk in the house and look around and go, there's a cool thing there. There's a cool thing there. But nobody's been in the closets for years.
Yeah.
Or in the, in the little nooks and crannies. Hell, Lee hasn't had legs for the last 5 years. He didn't know what the hell was in that closet anymore.
Forgotten what he had. Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild. It's going to be a real intense weekend down there, and it's going to be pouring the fucking rain
for like the next month.
And I feel like we've transported to Seattle or something. Yeah. Like we're in the Pacific Northwest now or something. It's supposed to rain permanently here.
Yeah, I looked at the schedule because we're going to Tennessee for Memorial Day. Taking Trent down there. He's going to spend the weekend the summer with his grandmother. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh, come down!" They got a heated pool and all that kind of stuff. So we'll swim for the next 3 or 3 days. And I'm like, "Well, look, the temperature's 77 degrees and rain is what we get the whole time we're there."
You have a pool, don't you?
I haven't opened my pool in 3 years.
I started to say, yep. My dad has a big pool. He closes it every winter, opens it every spring. I bet nobody stuck their fucking toe in that thing in 4 years.
What I did was I opened it, threatened it for 2 years.
Yep.
And beg, please, Dad, please open it. And then literally there would be maybe 2 times. Mm-hmm. And it would be like whenever it first warm up a little bit and then nothing. And I was just like, it's fucking expensive between the chemicals and the cleaning and the extra electric and the water. So I haven't opened mine in 3 years.
Yeah. all the people I know that own pools, they say, "Oh, come in, we're gonna swim all summer." Yeah, bullshit. You ain't using that motherfucker.
No.
If I had a pool, I probably would put dechlorinator in it, let it turn green, and put goldfish in it. I swear to God,
Just have you a big old koi
big
pond.
old frog pond. It'd be full of frogs and koi.
Now, I
Guaranteed.
do get lots of frogs because, I mean, which, you know, I've got a little pump in there to take the water off the top because I got one of those things. But, I mean, inevitably, there's always something there. And every spring, I'm like, just all night out there just singing.
Yep, out there having a frog orgy.
Yes.
By God. Putting it on it. All right. What you got? You got a question?
I got a question.
You got one. Okay.
Go back here. What about you this week? Did you check
I'm
one?
going to have one. Just a second. Might beat me to it.
This was more of a little bit of a thinker, but what are some traits that you think that are rewarded, that you're rewarded for when you're young, that flip as you get older?
Being able to drink 12 beers. No.
But I was thinking stuff like class clown and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's kind of funny. And then you get into a boardroom, well, it doesn't get so much, it's not as funny anymore.
Yeah.
Or something like, or being like super aggressive. You think about, we teach our kids, they're playing sports and all that kind of stuff, and they're super aggressive. And then, almost kind of confrontational because that's good, quote unquote good. And then some of that works out for you in life and some doesn't. But I was just, drinking. That's another good one. Yeah,
drinking 12 beers.
Drinking a 12 pack. Yeah, that was cool in the 20s. I drink a 12 pack now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just lay for 3 days, done.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, look at that fucking drunk. Yeah. Fucking guys drinking 12 beers in a day. Whatever. No, I don't know. There's got to be 1,000 things. But but that's the one that comes to mind is like, there's a point in your life when all the things associated with being a kid are cool, like, being able to hang out all night or whatever, doing all those irresponsible things. Franklin, give it a fucking rest, bro. All those fucking things. And like, I talk to Jackson all the time about, you're 21 years old. It's time to, time to start developing some responsibility rather than, Jackson still wants to sleep all fucking day, and I get it. He does shit at night sometimes, but there's 1,000 things that are cool when you're a kid that aren't. I just can't name 12 of them.
I just to some level it's kind of sad though. I mean, but it is the reality. But I mean, it's just there's no doubt that what is the saying that the youth is wasted on the young or whatever that something to that effect. I mean, I was like, God, I'd love to have the energy I had in the 20s now and have the know-how and the knowledge.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I can't even hardly bend over and tie my shoes without getting out of breath. So
I think it's funny. When did it become a requirement to make a noise to get up from a chair?
Yeah. Yeah. I find myself. So this is the old manest thing I do probably. I don't know. I find myself in the shower every morning trying to bend over and touch my toes, just trying to stretch, or whatever, or getting out of the shower and I'm going to touch them fucking toes today.
I'm going to get them.
Yeah. But I feel like if I do it one time, I feel like, okay, it's accomplished.
Have you got them?
Oh yeah, I can get them.
All right. I can't get anywhere near. Nowhere. I mean, like I maybe get just like 3 or 4 inches below my knee.
Yeah.
That's about it. What? I got no flexibility. I bend over, I'm going to about my shin.
You're not even fat. I mean, the fat's the hard part.
Well, I think that helps though, because if you get that fat going over, it'll
it's momentum. It just pulls you right on over. Speaking of fat, I'm really gonna do it. I'm really gonna start probably the fucking Ozempic.
Are you?
Yeah, yep.
Get that diabetes in.
Got it filled, man. Got it filled. I don't know if I'll lose any weight or not. But I hopefully get the sugars in check.
Get that lined out. Yeah.
Get the sugars lined out. So here, this is a weird medical issue here. This bullshit right here. This is. Let's see if you can see this. Is this? It's probably HIPAA violation for me. I don't know. Atorvastatin. It's a statin. Statin.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I think it's this shit's doing it. Okay, this is fucking TMI right here, man. big time TMI. Like the last 2 weeks, I've noticed my sweat stinks. Like that's never been an issue for me my whole life.
I think that is one of the weird little potential side effects of a statin.
I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I can think. I've added this to my pill box in the last 2 weeks, right about the same time, and I can't tolerate that shit. If I can smell myself, I know other people can smell me. So
that is such an odd thing to an adverse effect. That is an odd, but I do think that's potential in a small portion.
Yeah, it's I mean it's fuck. I noticed it. You know, I mean it's definitely a side effect of something. Anyway, that's got me plumb pissed off. We're miles away from your question. I don't even know how we got here.
That is it. Well, that's one thing that was kind of cool that went. Oh, you know, it's kind of cool to stink whenever you were younger.
Been playing hard.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's my good little boy. You stink.
Yeah. When's the last time you remember playing?
Playing.
Like I don't even know how to define playing now at the time. But
to me, playing is
like
the virtual golf or something. That's the closest ish, you know, besides playing with the kids. But I mean, the last time I was actually like, oh, I'm just going to go play outside. No, it's fucking yard work.
Yeah. I saw a fucking meme or something on Facebook that said, at some point you told your mom you were going to go out and play with your friends for the very last time. Sometime there was a point when you walked out your door and said, Mom, I'm going to go out and play with the guys or whatever. And at some point there was the last time you did that.
I think, wouldn't it be cool if there was just something, I don't know what the fuck it is, but some magical thing that would highlight that either in your memory or brain or whatever. And you probably don't need it at the time that it happens. Yeah. Like, oh, you just did your last goodbye. But somewhere at some point you can call back and go, oh, and at least have a little nostalgia on something like that. That would, whatever those good memories, because it's not only that, sometimes you're going to say bye to a good friend for the last time or your parents or whatever, and you never know it at the time, but that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I got one here. When you were a kid, if you got on your bicycle and like disappeared for 8 hours or something, that was cool to you. You go, we went on a fucking adventure. Now, if you can you think about what Dixie would say if you got on a bicycle and disappeared for 8 hours?
It'd be a surge party. I mean, if there's not a text after an hour,
wrecked.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, honey, I just didn't have any cell phone.
I was getting chased by a fucking mountain lion or a cougar. Fuck. Man, I don't know. I got really nothing. Let's see if this thing will give me.
Because that was so cool. Because I'm I can remember being able to go out and ride my bike from Raceland to Worthington. Which there's no way in hell I'd let my kid go do that now. But that was fun. Because it was just like
we wouldn't let our kids do half the shit we did.
No.
And it wasn't like it was a big deal to us either. It was just like completely normal. Like, fuck, dude. When I was 13, I lived 5 miles from the city pool in Grayson. I mean, you probably maybe 4.9 miles, right at 5 miles. When I was 13 or 14 years old, I'd ride a dirt bike from my house to the pool every day of the summer.
I tell you what now, and right along in line with that, was
you'd get arrested if you let your kid.
If you let your kid do that today, yeah. But I told Dixie, I was telling her the other night that I remember whenever I was maybe in junior high, something like that, my mom smoked. And she would give me, she'd give me a couple $, and then an extra 50 cents. Say, hey, go get you a quarter cake and bring me back a Parliaments or whatever in the hell her brand was. Yeah. And I just remember going in there, 13 years old, buying a pack of cigarettes, getting me a little Debbie cake, and getting back on the bike and riding back because that was okay at that point.
At the same time, here's what's weird. Last night, I went to Malini's and ate over in Ironton. And I don't know if you've noticed it in Ironton, when you're getting on the bridge, they've put in a marijuana dispensary, because Ohio is recreational now, with a drive-through. Okay?
I didn't know that one was open yet. But
I don't know if it's open yet or not.
But I knew it was coming, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming, and it has a drive-through. They have a big sign that says drive-through, drive-through pot, whatever. I don't know what it says. But at the same time, when I was a kid, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old, something like in that, there was a dude that lived up the road from us that sold pot, and we thought he was a federal criminal. We thought he was would cut your head off if you were. We thought he was the damn cartel or some shit. And I think how vilified marijuana was when I was
when we were growing
8,
up.
9, 10, 11, 12 years old. It was like, oh my God, this guy's got marijuana.
It took me a little bit of time to, when I went to college, and you've seen it. Yeah. Even when we were in college, it was still certain types of people, and it was opening up a little bit.
Yeah. I remember being at Gilly when I was a freshman in college, and some of the guys went upstairs with a couple girls and were smoking pot up in a bedroom upstairs. Yeah. And that was a little that was a little shocking to me.
I don't want to go to that room.
Yeah, I want
to avoid that room.
I want to go up there or not. Because somehow I was a kid raised in Eastern Kentucky and never really smoked pot. Some of my friends did, but it never really got me or whatever. But I don't know. I think how vilified it was then, and now it's just completely fucking normal. Yeah, you can go through a fucking drive-through and buy it.
Grayson was, or Carter County and Grayson, man, was always an adventure for me coming from Ashland, because my dad played softball over there all the time, and they would play weekend tournaments. So if they would make it to Sunday, they would inevitably, because my dad was always on a good team, so they'd always make it late into the thing. So it'd be sometimes a night before we get done. Well, halfway through the day, they were like, "Oh, we got 3 or 4 hour break. Oh, what the hell? We drank all our beer." Yeah. And then we're driving off, and then we pull up into some random holler and go in, and this guy just rolls out cases of beer. So and that only happened, that in Grayson, and sometimes we go down to Paintsville, but it was I don't know that I ever went during that time frame in my life, 3 or 4 years of whatever it was, to Grayson, that we didn't end up at a Bootlegger.
Yeah, I know where they all were, man. I mean, it was hilarious. People don't understand that. Like, you could just go up a holler to a trailer somewhere and pull up and blow the horn, and God bring you fucking 12 Budweisers out.
Load it in the back of your trunk.
And I definitely remember, I don't even know what beer costs now. Like, I don't buy beer really. But at the time, a case of beer was like $8-9, I think, to buy it at a liquor store or whatever.
Yep.
And at a Bootlegger, it was $20. So, they would go to Moorhead or wherever, drive 30 miles, buy 40 cases of beer, and double up on the shit.
Yep. They were doing good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And everybody won. I mean, nobody balked at that either. I don't remember anybody ever complaining as I'm pulling up as a 10-year-old in a back of a hall. That's the other thing, too. Now thinking about it, how crazy that is, that you're just rolling up with your kids. Yep. But it wasn't like, you couldn't do that today, I don't think. But I mean, I guess you did.
Do people, are there bootleggers anywhere now? I mean, because everywhere's wet now, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are there still dry counties in Kentucky?
I think there's still a few dry counties down in Eastern Kentucky, and I think there's a few in it's more in the rural.
Yeah. Well, actually, Carter County, I think, is still dry, but Grayson and Olive Hill are wet. So both the city limits are wet, but the county's dry. I don't know. People don't. I think people don't understand that sometimes. Oh well, fuck.
That was one of the other things that they said that was very unique about Kentucky is the fact that you will consistently see churches and places to gamble or buy alcohol side by side.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of flubub in Ashland about tattoo parlors have to be so far from a church or whatever, and there's literally no place in Ashland to put a tattoo parlor that fits the criteria.
Rocks distance of a church.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. There's all kinds of weird fucking zoning laws. All right. Here's this question. No, I don't like that one. I'm trying to use your little generator here.
Now you can change the different levels if you want light, funny, deep.
Okay.
So if you're just wanting like a light question, there'll be a little more lighthearted, or you can get in the weeds.
Okay, here's something, and I have an answer for this. What is something that you irrationally believe you could be great at? Like, where does your self-confidence get in the way, or where would it get you killed? You know.
The reason I'm laughing is because
a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah. If I put enough time and effort, and I really studied and practiced,
yeah, me too.
I could fly a fighter jet.
Yeah, that's actually my answer is flying an airplane. I want badly to.
Oh, you want to be a pilot?
Yeah. I've considered a lot over the last 5 or 6 years just going and taking like little stupid classes or whatever to get, your private pilot's license or whatever. But that's something I always think, well, fuck, I bet it's easy. It's one of those things that it's just like, I know some real idiots that can fly airplanes, so it can't be that hard. I have I call him a friend, an acquaintance that was like 35 years old or something and said, you know what, I'd like to be an attorney. So he went back to college, went to law school, got his fucking passed the bar. He's an attorney now. And then he was kind of like, well, I'd kind of like to get my pilot's license too. And like from 35 to 50, this motherfucker has passed the bar, become an attorney, and got his pilot's license. And I'm real envious of that. I'm like, look, somebody got motivated at 35, because at 35 he was just kind of a piece of shit like me,
And then he just turned it on.
He just turned it on. It's like, fuck it, let's do this.
Yeah.
But anyway, flying an airplane is something on my list of things that I really want to do, and I think I could be good at. I don't know, maybe not.
I think of anything that you like really decided like, all right, I'm going to do this, but could you make the time for it?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because that's the flight time.
I still haven't passed that auctioneer's fucking license thing. What was that, 2 years ago? That was a year and a half ago.
The second time you did it when we first started the app, or started this podcast.
Okay.
So it's been a year ago.
Yeah.
That was round 2.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't done that. I'm really good in short doses and short bursts,
Yeah.
If I can wrap up something in 2 days' time, I'm in.
Yeah.
My attention span just doesn't quite follow through sometimes.
And the flight thing is something that I think takes months, maybe even a year, to get to the point where you can, couple years or something, doesn't it? To actually getting hours in the air and structured.
I think you can become a recreational private pilot for yourself pretty quick and easy. It's when you want to have somebody in the aircraft with you that it starts getting complicated. And when, Lord forbid, you want to charge somebody to take them somewhere.
Yeah. That
is a whole other fucking
now you're at the point of being a charter.
Now it's a commercial pilot thing. But man, fucking Delta pilots make a blue damn fortune,
And I feel like they're always saying there's shortage.
There's a shortage of them always because they can't get people that'll fucking put the work in, I guess. But
so what about the vision? Because then that means if you
I'm fucking blind. I can't pass that part. Yeah, shit, I hadn't even thought about that. Well, I'm out.
Well, I think
I was supposed to go to the fucking eye doctor yesterday, and they canceled on me. They canceled on me. How are they allowed to do that?
Canceled on you?
Yeah, the doctor was busy. I don't understand that. But that's what he said. He's going to be busy.
Did you say, well, so was I, but I went ahead and cleared it because we had an appointment.
We had an appointment, yeah. And the next available appointment was like July 40th or some shit. It was like, like, and they said, well, if we can get you in sooner, we will. I was like, good, because I'm fucking blind. I can't see anything. And I can't, man. I can't read my computer screen right now. And this has all happened just kind of in the last, I don't know, over the last year and a half, but really has got worse in the last 3 months or 4. I think I'm probably at the point of I need real glasses or real contacts or something.
Some of that could be the old sugars, right?
It could be the sugars,
because I think it affects your vision.
Yeah, could be the sugars, could be the snake bite to the eye. I don't know.
Could be the fact that we're hitting the hill 50 range and
fuck you,
starting on the other slide.
Yeah, starting on the downhill slope. Is 50 the teeter-totter point of the downhill slope?
I think it used to be for sure, but I think everything's kind of, people are living longer, healthier.
Yeah, but do you really see yourself living past 100?
Oh, I'm 100% on the other side.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love to live. I mean, I don't know. We've talked about this before, but I just don't want to die. I just don't want to cease to exist. So, I mean, anything
you won't
that
know
thoughts. It. Yeah, I mean, once it's done, it's done.
You won't give a fuck once you're dead. I mean, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah.
I guess. So, here's a weird thing. I don't know. I had a fucked up dream the other night. It's a long sordid story, but my mom, when I was up until I was 12 years old, my mom was married to another man, my first stepdad. His name was Maverick. Funny enough, you didn't really hear that name much then. I know a lot of them now, but back then you didn't really hear that name very much. But anyway, Maverick died when I was 11 or 12 years old, something like that. Anyway, I had a fucked up dream that my mom was somehow single again. My current stepdad was out of the picture, was gone or whatever. And anyway, she met a man that she then decided, or he convinced her or whatever, that he was Maverick and that he hadn't really died. It was, I don't know, a witness protection kind of thing or whatever. Right. But anyway, that led me down another rabbit hole of Maverick is not a tangible thing to me anymore. Like I don't think I have a picture of him. I don't think I have any physical thing I could put my hands on to say that was his. He was an only child. Both of his parents are dead. He didn't, no brothers and sisters, no real kids. He was my stepdad. So there's absolutely nothing out there at the moment. His mom and dad are both dead. If there were any pictures of him, I don't know where they, be or whatever. But he's completely an idea to me now. Like I can't even really think about I picture him in my head and know kind of what he looked like. But that was a weird moment of thought for me a couple of days ago. I was driving down the road just recalling this stupid dream I was having or whatever. And I thought, I can't prove he ever existed. And that was a weird, deep fucking moment for me, Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't know why I got down that rabbit hole thinking that. But how long before you get wiped out of fucking
or you just forget
existence, or like Maverick is basically, other than in my memory, and I'm sure my mom probably thinks about him now and then or whatever, but like there's very few people to even remember that he existed.
I tell you, one of the things when I'm watching a
that's
movie,
fucked up.
Yeah, and it goes right along. One of the things that will punch me in the gut and get me to tear up quicker than anything is watching some type of show, series, whatever the hell it is, and there's a kid that has a parent that's passed. Mm-hmm. They knew the parent and all that stuff, but then inevitably sometime during that time, there's the kid break down, and they were like, I'm starting to forget their voice, or I'm forgetting their smell. That just crushes my soul. Yeah. Like, I'm just thinking, oh, how.
Yeah, I can't remember his voice at all. Like, I can't.
And you think about how long how many years were they together?
Yeah. They were together shit probably from the time I was 4 to 11 or 12. I think he died in 87, so I would have been 12. So probably from the time I was 4 to 12, something, you know, and I lived with him and my mom. You know,
fairly formative years, too.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just kind of a fucked up thing. And I guess it happens. I guess if I think about nearly anybody that died back at that point in my life, I have to really think about if I can remember their voice or whatever, you know. That is kind of a weird thing. I hadn't thought about that angle of it, but
I was just thinking
but like most people, you've got pictures or other people or other family that you remember them and whatever.
Or somebody's telling stories.
Or this was so and so's fucking pill bottle or you know, whatever. Yeah. There's something, but this dude just kind of.
And your mom remarried, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's not like she would have his pictures sitting there, and you know.
Yeah, and Katrina and I were talking about this the other day, or when this all came to my mind. He also died pre-internet, so like if you go Google him, you get shit.
There's nothing.
There's nothing there. You know, Google doesn't even know that guy. You know, it's like, so that's kind of a fucked up thing.
That's a good thing, somewhat, I guess, is that good, bad, or indifferent. You know, people are going to be able to find us out there. They're going to find something on us.
Yeah, they're going to find something. They're going to find somebody pissed off I sold them. Hey, this is the funniest thing ever. I don't know if it's still there. I'll have to go look later. But like at one time, if you Googled me, the first thing you found, the first hit on Google was somebody pissed off that I sold them a hermit crab that died.
Jarrod Greer.
And it was like in the early days of the internet on some forum somewhere. This motherfucker sold me a hermit crab and it fucking died. You know, and that was there forever. And I was like, fuck, how'd I get rid of that?
Scrub.
Yeah. Need Reputation Defender. This segment of the podcast brought to you by Reputation Defender.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, God, I need to Google myself again one of these days and see what I get. I would hope at this point it probably just says Lexington Comic-Con, Jarrod promoter.
Jarrod Greer.
Yeah, Jarrod Greer, promoter, Lexington Comic-Con. Anyway. All right, got anything else?
I'm good, brother.
All right, well, we'll do this again one day.
Giddy up. And just like that, another episode of Two Guys, Two Questions is in the books.
We laughed, we learned. Well, we mostly just laughed.
Yeah, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You now have random knowledge you never asked for.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Or don't, but just know if you don't, we're bringing back the squeaky toys.
Oh, it's coming back either way.
Until next time, same two guys, two questions, and absolutely no idea what we're doing.
Perfect.